Good morning, Austin. Good morning to all our viewers. It's day 3, LPS USA Cricket Tournament 2025. We're all set to go on ground 1, Boston A versus BARDOLI Blasters. Players out in the middle. Batsman out there, Mayank Patel, Preet Patel, and with the ball in hand, Kamal comes into bowl. News from the toss. BARDOLI Blasters won the toss and elected to bowl. LPCL ground 1. Just fishing outside the off stump. It's off the outside edge. Third man in place. Going to get the innings going freakishly. So Mayank is off the mark. It was a wide first slip. And now they've narrowed that gap. He's gone into the traditional first slip. He moved the third man around. Brings the point in off the boundary. So just one man out in the deep, and that is a third man. They're going to bring a gully in. Going to be really a fourth slip position, and it's a bit of a fly fourth slip. He's sitting on the 30-yard circle, perhaps a short third man, and he pulls it into the onside, and this is going to go into the boundary. Goes into the boundary for 4. Good shot there, tugged into the onside. So Preet is off the mark. Five runs on the board. It's hitting over extra cover. What a shot. One bounce. It's gone to the solitary car out there. Saved by the spectator walking around. So back-to-back 4s now for Preet Patel. He struggled in the first game on day 1. Couldn't get the ball away. Made 3 off of 6 deliveries. Mayank was the man with 115. At the top of the order, that game against the Rising Stars B. End of the first over. A very exciting start here. 9 without loss and 2 boundaries. Back-to-back boundaries by Preet off of Kamal. We started with an outside edge down to third man for a single, and kept bowling wider outside the off stump, and then adjusted, put one ball onto the middle stump line, was whipped into the onside for 4, and then overcompensated and was hit over extra cover for 4. Back-to-back boundaries. The lineup for Boston, batting first: Mayank, Preet, Mehul, Yogi, Manav, Archit, Kevin, Lalo, Ravi, Angiras, and Hitesh. So Angriras coming into the lineup for this game. First slip in place, that one goes past the outside edge. Pranav Patel, the bowler. First over from the far side. This one hit over the top of backward point. Is going to race into the boundary as well. Short and just lifted over the infield. Was trying to play a cut shot and realized he could go up and under, and he did it quite well because the ball didn't bounce that much, and he got it away for 4. So Mayank now hit his first boundary. He's on to 5, Preet 8 at the other end. So Bardoli winning the toss and opting to bowl first. There was a little bit of moisture and dew out. Pulled into the onside. This will go for 4 as well. He's continuing on to that good form he showed on day 1. $17 now without loss. Going to change the field now. The man at mid wicket is going to drop back. They're back to live action now. Timing the ball quite well. Deep mid wicket on the boundary. He goes in his direction, but he gets it fine. And he goes all the way for 6. Superb batting. He steps across and pulls it around the corner, and it's quite impressive if you think about it, because they did drop the man back to deep mid wicket, and the bowler decided to go wider, and Mayank anticipating that, stepping across outside the off stump so he can again target that leg side. He's on to 15 very quickly in no time at all. The man has gone a little bit finer. He's now at backward square on the boundary. And he decides to go through the offside. What a fantastic shot. Just manipulating the bowling here. And does it go? Yes, it goes into the boundary for 4. So Mayank doing quite well at the top of the order. Piercing the gap between extra cover and mid-off. So he's just manipulating the field, manipulating the bowling as well. Stepped across, tugged one into the onside. It adjusted the man. Decided to go through the offside on this occasion. He's on to 19. With 3 4s and a 6. And it's straight at the man. Did he take that catch? That's a fantastic effort. What a fantastic effort. Diving forward just before the turf. First wicket goes. And it's a danger man, Mayank, the Centurion from day 1. Excellent catch, diving low down. I didn't think it was going to get to him. Timed it quite well, Mayank. It proved to be his downfall. First wicket goes. 27 for 1. So Pranav picks up a wicket, and a very important wicket. Have a look at this catch here. It's dying on him. It's getting lower and lower. Just diving forward and picking it up just before it touches the ground. So Mayank went for 19. Look at this catch, just inches off the surface. Outstanding. Outstanding effort. And not just because of the catch as well, because the importance of the wicket. It's the end of that over. Wicket falling on the final delivery. And Kamal is going to continue. Kamal was struck for 2 fours. One through the covers. One a deep mid wicket off the bowling of Kamal by Preet. So he'll fancy his chances here, Preet. And again he goes over covers. This is going to go into the boundary. What an exquisite cover drive there, lifting it in the air. Just clearing the front leg, hitting through the line of the delivery and timing it quite superbly. So despite the loss of the early wicket, Preet is looking to make up, keeping the pressure on. And again he lifts it over covers. This time it was a bit fuller. Yes. Back-to-back boundaries again off the bowling of Kamal. So they've dropped the man out of deep extra cover now. 35 for 1. Tries again to go in the air. Cover is going back. Just clears his head. So not wanting to let up here is Preet, and because the man was out at deep mid wicket, he tried to go a little bit straighter. Picks up a couple, just clearing the head of cover. He's guiding it this time to point. No run. .37 for 1. Preet on 18. He tries to hit an uppercut there. The third man was moved. Went around to extra cover on the boundary. And he bowls a short one, Kamal, to Preet, taking away that driving link from him. Tried to play a up and under. Didn't make any contact. He's telling the cover also just to sit right on the edge of the 30 yard, because this time he's into the pads and that's gone. Whipped away in the onside, and has that gone all the way, just landing in front of the boundary. Yeah, just into the pads, and he knew it was a bad delivery, and what an expertly played shot by Preet, who stepped across, lifting it over square leg and into the boundary. 1 bounce for 4. So the end of the Kamal over. He's bowled 2 overs for 23 runs. The total now on to 40. 43 for 1. 41 for 1 rather. .41 for 1. Preet on 18, and Mehu, who's come out to bat in the 1 down position. He's yet to face a ball. He's going to face his first delivery now. It's going to be Pranav. So we give you the lineup for Boston A. For the Bardoli Blasters, Devin, Sandeep, Pranav was the ball. Sandeep, Sukutu, Kamal, Pinkal, Nikhil, Minal, Vivek and Rakshav make up the 11 for Bardoli Blasters. Won the toss, reminding you, and opted to bowl first. Power play overs going on, and the score 41 for 1 after 3. Slingy action. Wide delivery, however. Getting some seam movement, getting some swing in the air. Saw some moisture on the outfield from overnight dew. Just didn't delay the start of play, but it was a concern. Taps it down to point. And that dew this morning tells you that moisture in the air, and using the opportunity to bowl first because of that. He's tugging it into the onside. It's not a bad delivery, because starting on our middle stump, and Mihul with that line tried to go on the onside. The bottom hand took over, but it was swinging across him, so he couldn't get it out of the middle of the bat. Pitching up, it goes in the air. The man out of deep mid-wicket is coming around, but that was middled. Absolutely middled. He gets off the mark with a smashing boundary. Fantastic shot. He just made a little bit of room for himself, and picking it up and smashing it over mid-wicket for 4. 46 for 1. So we're going to make an adjustment to the field here. So the man from deep mid-wicket is going to come into mid-on, and the man from long-on goes around to square leg on the boundary. And he hammers it back, and the throw is going to come to the keepers, and he took off for a run. It wasn't there. Preet sent him back. It's all happening out there. No run on this occasion. 46 for 1. The end of the 4th over. .46 for 1 after 4. Pranav over comes to an end. 1 for 23 off of 2. It's going to be a bowling change as well. Kamal is being withdrawn from the attack. None for 23 he had as well. So both opening bowlers going for some runs. Another wicket falling here, caught at square leg. Third wicket goes down with the score on 46. Going down on one knee and tugging it across the line and straight to the man at square leg who took it head height. So BARDOLI Blasters winning the toss, opting to bowl first. They were in for a bit of stick, but they're fighting their way back here in the power play. Boston A loses another wicket. Mayank went for 19 and Preet gone for 22. And new batsman out in the middle now. Yogi. This one lifted over mid-on. It'll go into the boundary. That will bring up the 50 as well with that shot. Left arm round the wicket and pitching up into the pads. 50 coming up. .27 deliveries. So it's not bad scoring rate, but they're losing wickets. Sandeep picking up the wicket of Preet. Preet went for 22. 5 fours he hit. And this is a big one. Tonguing it into the onside. It goes all the way. That's a massive 6. So Yogi is coming out. He's not slowing down the momentum of the innings for Boston A. And that's a huge blow. Hit into ground 4. .56 for 2. Still in the power play. Eight balls to come. A lot of changes in the field now. They're bringing up the man from mid-off, dropping the one out of deep mid-wicket. So you put a long one and long off in place when you sit over mid-on. He's going to try here again. Sandeep. Oh, it's a better delivery. Drags the length back. An excellent batting. 2 boundaries from Yogi, and then he just pinches a single to cover.
What's up?
So the end of the over, 5 overs gone. The score 57 for 2. 1 delivery to come in the power play. So another bowling change is happening here. Another fast bowler coming into the attack. Nikhil Patel. Looks a very sprightly practice run up. As the umpire himself is loosening up. That type of loosening action, just for lifting the hand up for the 6s or for signalling wides. Boston at the top of the table. So BARDOLI Blasters looking to eclipse them. And they're on top just barely by run rate. Net run is this one lifted. Well, he just stood there and put the bat, Yogi, but timed it so well. He didn't even force it. Lifted it over cover with minimal of effort. Gets a couple. He's on to 13. Bottom edge, he was trying to yank it into the onside, and a shy at the non-striker's end. Yogi just making his ground. Good work by the bowler, Nikhil, forcing the batsman to hurry through for the single. He doesn't want to give him anything. Make him work for that run. Got there in the end. Good running, good all-round cricket. They're going to pitch another single here. The bowler goes after it. Well judged single again. Just dropped into the offside. The fielder's just sitting on the 30-yard circle, so they do have a little bit of room to sneak that single. 60 for 2. Final over of power play. Adjusting the man at deep extra cover placed out there because of that shot from Yogi, and whips it into the onside. The man is out there at deep mid wicket. A lot of power in that shot. He's just waving that bat around there, using that bat as a demolition machine, Yogi. .62 for 2, Nikhil in again. Back past the bowler in the air. Has the umpire taking evasive action? Didn't quite middle it. Man pulls out the slide. Has the umpire ducking here? Has Yogi ducking as well? Mehul on 6. He just wants to give the strike three again. It's a misfield at backward point. Doesn't have the legs to go all the way, and just a couple. So the end of the power play. And 64 for 2, just dabbing it down there. The man had it covered, went straight through his hands and through his legs. And just when you thought you could have gotten a dot ball to finish off the power play, Nikhil would be disappointed, the bowler. 66 for 2, end of the power play. Signal from the umpire. So we are going to see some changes to the field. And again we saw a bowling change for the power play over, the final power play over. Sandeep is going to continue. Picked up the wicket of Preet, who was going quite well for 22. So we'll let you know the field once he has all the guys in place. So deep square leg, deep mid wicket. It's hit to the man at deep, at long on. He's settling under it, takes a comfortable catch. Good work out in the deep. And Sandeep has another wicket. And Yogi goes. He's trying to go big, and he's going to have to go back to the pavilion. So 66 for 3. And Yogi's gone for 16. He hit 1 6 and 1 4. Mehung not out on 9. And Sandeep now has 2 for 11. Some drinks come onto the field. We'll take a short break and resume when play continues. New batsman out in the middle, 66 for 3. Sandy picking up another wicket, 2 for 11 he has. So Yogi went for 15. The new man Ravi Patel is out there in the middle. Gets an outside edge and the keeper gets a glove onto it. Difficult chance. Just a tick outside edge. The gloves was there. Burst through the gloves. Ravi strictly off the mark. Boston he goes up to 68. They're gonna get a single. Long off. Will come into frame. So the 4 fielders out in the deep, just 1 at deep extra cover on the offside and 3 on the boundary as we mentioned. Deep square leg, deep mid wicket and long on. Who took the catch? And that was the man Pinkal. Nice comfortable catch down at long on. Sandeep to continue. Faster delivery, get some spin with it as well. The field well set, it has to be said, for Sandeep. Bowling to his field. Ravi getting off the mark streakishly with an outside edge. (68) 69 for 3 after 7. Ravi off the mark with an outside edge. Struck the glove of the keeper. Got 2 runs. Mahil is on 10. And Sandy bowling quite well. He's picked up 2 wickets now for 14. Just 3 runs in that last over. So there's a bowling change here now. Nicholas taken out of the attack. So he's going to be spin from both ends. Off spinner is going to come into the attack. It's hit back down the ground. Protection is out there. Seem to make good contact. The new man Ravi. Pushed in the gap. We've seen a lot of this from Mehul. 1-4. So he's rotated the strike 7 times in his 13 deliveries. Brings the big man Ravi back on strike. Flighted. It's going to be a wide. He's trying to tempt him long off, long on in place. And a deepish extra cover. Well, deep cover in fact. Yeah, flighted again. He's lifting it in the air and long on. It goes over his head. It's gone all the way for 4. It's gone for 6 in fact. All the way over the head. He was right on the boundary edge. Thought he was in with a chance. It's gone all the way by the cars in the car park at the end of the road. Trying to tempt Ravi with some flighted deliveries, the new bowler. Devin. This one pushed down to long off. So Nikhil was replaced. Went for 9 runs. Not quite sure. He wasn't bowling badly. He's replaced by Devin. This one hit between the deep cover and long off. So this time Mehul getting in on the action. Lifted in the air. Picking the gap. He's cutting, it's a bottom edge, and he'll go close to the boundary, giving chase. It's going to slow up. They're going to come for 2. So the end of that over from Devin, and he replaced Nikhil. His over went for 16. So Mehul now on to 17 with those 2 4s. Ravi 1-6. He's on 10 off of 5. So Sandeep is going to continue to bowl 2 for 14 off of 2. So Ravi's going to face up now. It's a good delivery here. He's going to get one to long off, but he hurried the batsman. He's not giving him driving lengths anymore. So Ravi's going to have to come up with another plan if he wants to continue on hitting boundaries. Mihul off the outside edge and it's gone to backward point. He's out court. Another wicket falls. 4 wickets down. So fighting back here. Bardoli Blasters winning the toss, opting to bowl first. And Mihul goes off a thick outside edge. Caught at backward point. So Sandeep continues to take wickets. He's got his 3rd wicket now. New batsman coming out. Drinks are on the field again. We'll resume after the short break. For 4. New batsman Manav joining Ravi out there now. He gets off the mark. They're going to look for 2 and he's going to get it. So good contest going on here between bat and ball. A good start from Boston A after having been inserted. 19 to Mayank. And Preet 22, 17 to Mihul, Yogi 15. So despite losing wickets, they're continuing to score. Current run rate is 10.4. Yeah, well played, turning it into the onside. It's rotating the strike. Precious dot balls here as well. End of the Sandeep over, successful over for Bardoli Blasters. Boston are 89 for 4. That over saw the wicket of Mihul falling for 17. Not a hot day here in Austin, and a cool breeze blowing across the ground. Excellent stop there. Diving across Devon. This one chipped in the air. He's going to get away with it. Trying to work it into the onside. Manav gets a leading edge. In the air. Man is out there. The ball's going to spin a bit on the second bounce. So Ravi on to 12 now. Manav comes back on the strike. He's on 4. Oh, it's a good bit of wicket keeping there. Staying very low. The field well set. Devin was in for a bit of punishment. This is Devin. Completing his over now. 2 overs for 20. It's a much better over than his first over that went for 16. So after 10 overs, drinks are coming onto the field. 93 for 4. Boston A against BARDOLI Blasters. T20 in LPS L Austin 2025. We'll be right back after the drinks break. Right after the drinks break, a strike here. He's out bowled. First ball after the drinks break, losing their 5th wicket now on 93. Nikhil switched ends. Was wondering why he was taken out of the attack after his first over, but it was to get him to switch ends. First delivery, off stump out the ground. Five wickets down now for 95. There's a keen contest going out there in the middle. All that separates these two teams is the net run rate. And Boston on top of the BARDOLI Blasters in this group. Again, the stumps are a concern. Seen it all through the 3 days. But it has to be said, the wicket keepers have been very careful how they pick the bails and how they touch the stump for the stumping. In the first day, the wicket keepers were just smashing all the stumps down for runouts and stumping. And the stumps, they had great difficulty in securing them back in the ground. Arch Patel, the new man, out in the middle. Successful start for Nikhil after the drinks break. He's going to adjust the field now for the new batsman. Third man is going to come fine. The long off is going to come into, not quite into the 30-yard circle. Yes, he's going to come in all the way. There's a long on, a deep mid wicket and square leg. Defensive start here from Arch Patel. He recognized that they're 5 wickets down. So he's going to have to build a partnership here with Manav. But as long as possible, try to bat all the way to the 15th to 17th over. Get as many 1s, 2s and put away any loose deliveries that may come along. Take some of the risk element out of some of the shots he has to play. He's guiding it here. Can't find the gap, however. Man stationed perfectly. He's done a number of diving efforts there at point, and for the most part he's able to prevent singles left and right of him. A tight line there from Nickel. Played out to extra cover. Needs a direct hit. Appeal. And loud appeal, and they come through for an additional run. Have a close look at it here. Dabbing it down, taking off for the single. Through, and there's this hit, and can't really tell. They get the overthrow. Not out, says the square leg umpire. 95 for 5. So Arch is off the mark. Manav is on 5. And not for the first time. We saw it in the first over from Nikhil. He's just diving around off of his own bowling to prevent the batsman thinking of coming through for a quick single. It's perhaps the longest run-up as well from Nikhil that we've seen on ground 1 across the 3 days. It's another good delivery, and again they're going to come for a single. They're always looking for it. This time to cover. Yeah, the calling and the backing up is good from the non-striker. The batsman wasn't sure, and the non-striker it was his call. He's going to the danger end and negotiating that another run. So the end of the Nikhil over, 96 for 5 after 11. Boston being inserted to bat. Had a good start. Was scoring at 10 runs and over. And when the third wicket was lost, run rate has steadily declined. Two runs. They're nearing the 100 mark. It's not a bad total, but they're losing wickets. Protection out there at cover. Devon's first over went for 16. So he's come back quite well in his second over. Just conceding the 4 runs. He'll want to repeat that. He just has a word with his long off and long on. He's telling them, do not give them 2. Be alert. It might come in the air as well. Yeah, it's a flighted one. He gets his hand to it. Can't prevent it. It was hit hard by Manav. That single brings up the 100. 100 for 5. Oh, they're going to get more than one on this occasion. The man coming around from cover, they're going to come through for 2. He hesitated with the throw. And it's not a strong throw either. But the 2 was always on if the running was good, and it was. The call was early to come back for the second. A more powerful throw would have made it a bit tighter. Took the extra fraction of a second to take aim and allowed for them to make that second run comfortably. Lifted down to long on. So Devon recognizing that they may not want to take too many risks. So he's getting the opportunity to tempt them a bit without having to worry too much. Yeah, they're going to get 2 here. The keeper is after it. It should be 2. Yeah, and it's a late decision, so they've changed their minds. The 2 was always on. They ran the first one slowly. And the non-striker, Manav, was coming back after he grounded, was coming back for the second one and sent back. Because the first one was so slow, Arch decided not to come back. Well, he would have thought that it was only 1, but it travelled far enough. 3 on the onside. The keeper went after it. And that is what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to take the opportunity. The opportunities as they come. And that was an opportunity to come back for 2. To the end of the Devon over. 104 for 5. So Nikhil is going to continue. He's asking the long off to come a bit straighter. He's calling through for the single. Nikhil can't stop it on this occasion. He's always looking to race after anything close to him. Clear bomb ball. Decided to appeal anyway. He's giving some talk to the batsman as well, who just waves him off. He's still talking, Nikhil. He's a very competitive player, Nikhil. It's a good delivery left alone. Nice line, nice length. She's looking to finish off the over strongly. 106 for 5. Continue to get singles. But this is a very tight over from Nikhil. A good manipulation of the line and length. Just stepping across, breaking the wrist, turning it into the onside. Excellent way to rotate the strike as well from a tight line from Nikhil. 107 for 5. One delivery to come in the over. Keen contest out in the middle here. Nikhil will want to finish off the over with the very least a dot ball. The batsman is going to be looking for anything that he can score off. And there's the dot ball. And it's cheered by the wicketkeeper. An excellent over from Nikhil comes to an end. Just 3 runs in the over. 1 for 15 he has off of his 3 overs. And I just wonder if he's going to continue on here to finish off his allotment of 4 overs. Or if the captain just wants to keep him for that over in the debt. We'll have to wait and see. Meantime, Devon has none for 28 off of 3. He had 16 runs taken off of him in his first over. So his last 2 overs, 12 runs, has been better. But they are managing to rotate the strike regularly off of his bowling. Some more water onto the field for Nikhil this time. So here we go. There's a deep square leg, deep mid wicket, long off, long on, and deep cover. Now the deep cover is not all the way on the boundary because he's asked him to come in a bit because he doesn't want them getting 2 runs to him as they did in the last over of the final delivery. So he's in a bit closer so he can get to it quicker. He's also the man who doesn't possess the strongest arm. So Manav continues to just rotate strike. Archit is on 10. Oh, you're not going to get a single this time. Archit sends back Manav, who was coming through, charging through for the single. This one chipped in the air. The man at cover is going to come in. And this is why he was set a bit closer. Opportunity in the air. He's not the fastest man out there. Perhaps they could consider putting at least somebody with a better throwing arm. Or who can come in. And that was a half chance there. And faster man may have gotten to it. Particularly for Archer as well. A bit of a helicopter shot there, chips it down to long on, and it's going very slowly. The man charging in. There's another opportunity there where they could have been looking for 2, but they weren't even looking for it, and they're running the first one a bit too slow. So Devon has come back well, continues to create at least a chance on over with the ball being lifted in the air in the direction of cover. This time it's lifted in the air. The man at long off is coming around. It's going to go over his head. It's into the advertising banner at the far end of the ground. And Devon goes for a boundary. It goes all the way for 6. So Archit was always looking for that delivery that he could put away. And the field well spread. 5 wickets down. He had to pick his delivery carefully, and on that occasion pitched up, hitting into the wind as well, but it travelled all the way for 4. So 117 now after 14 overs. So the partnership building here between the pair of Archit and Manav. So 20-run partnership for the 6th wicket. So this is the danger point. Every time a partnership has gone just crossed 20 runs, they've lost a wicket. The first 5 wickets that have fallen. And they have to be careful here because this man Nickel means business. It's a very nagging line, that 5th stump line. He's pitching out the ball in that good area, just about 7 meters from the batsman. Perhaps a touch fuller as well. Just wonder if he's getting a little bit of movement. All you need is a little bit of movement. Too much movement and you're not going to get an outside edge. The umpire is coming up from square leg and he's having a word with the wicket keeper. He's pointing at the non-striker Archit. He's having a conversation between the batsman and the wicket keeper. He just tips his helmet to acknowledge the umpire's recommendation out there. Archit. So I'm not quite sure if there was a banter going on between the wicketkeeper and Archer. Yeah, and some fingers are pointing now, and this is getting heated out there in the middle. So already hot in terms of temperature, but now voices are being elevated. I'm not quite sure what the issue is, and it's stirring up the spectators. Kamal now is having words with Yogi, the opposition, at the boundary edge. And they now shake hands. Hitish is coming across from Boston and just calming things down with Kamal. And it all ends well. The umpire forced to get involved there. So it's a keen contest. Very competitive is Nikhil, but he wasn't involved. There was an appeal for a bump ball earlier on in Nikhil's previous over. And there were some words exchanged between the batsman and the bowler. And it seems to be a new issue now. This one lifted in the air from Manav. Coming on from long on. He's going to take the catch. Tumbling over. Fantastic effort. And a bit of oomph in that catch as well. In terms of the celebration, a bit of a sending off to Manav after the umpire had to step in and just talk to the player. So another wicket falls now again after the partnership just crosses 20. A wicket falls. So the 6th wicket down now. 116, 14.2 overs. Nikhil gets his man. Manav out caught for 11 off of 16 deliveries, and current run rate of 8.1. So they want to try and push with this run rate, try and get in the vicinity of 150, 160 runs as a minimum. The projected score 162. So they would want to try and achieve that at least. But they've only got 4 wickets in which to do it. Kevin Patel, the new man coming out to bat. He's going to have to face the music out there. Nikhil is on a high. He's bowling quite well. A very nagging line outside the off stump. And good lengths as well. So he bowled 1 over from the top end. And he was taken out of the attack. This is his final over. Getting off the mark is Kevin. Pinkal is the man out there, and they're coming for two. It's a good bit of work, but it was always two. Got to it very quickly, Nikhil. Beg your pardon, Pinkal. Nikhil at the non-striker's end. Didn't have to move to collect that throw. Appreciating the effort from the man who just took the catch. Might be his favorite fielder at the moment, giving him a wicket. A slower delivery, lifted. It's hammered down to deep cover. So that's the end of the spell from Nikhil. Is being cheered by the team in the under the tents in the players area. His 4 overs, 2 for 19. An outstanding effort from the young lad. Got the wicket of Manav, and it was just after the umpire had to intervene for some banter that was going on there. Seemed to be Archit involved and the wicket keeper, and it broke the concentration of Manav, who tried to hit Nikhil out of the ground. Could only succeed in putting it about 15 yards in at long on, and Pinkil took an excellent tumbling catch low down. He raced in toward it, so his momentum would have been going forward and the ball coming at him, so he did quite well to cushion it and not let it spill out as he was tumbling over. So the battle continues out there. 120 for 6. 15 overs gone. So the new over about to begin. Devon has been withdrawn from the attack, and Pranav has come back in after his 2 overs, 1 for 23. This one lifted, and it's gonna bisect the man out there between long off and deep cover, and this slingy action outside the off stump, the touch of a wave movement with the angle of the bowler's action, and into the boundary for 4. Pranav's first over, he was just hit for 1 boundary. In the second over, in fact, he did get the wicket of Mayank. It was an important wicket to get. The man in form. .127 for 6 with that boundary. Archit now on 27, or 604 off of 21 balls. Good ball striking from Archit. Kevin is on 1, just faces 2 deliveries. Just a couple of runs again to cover. I just think a faster person out there at cover. He's not all the way out. Person with a bit more speed can just try to put some pressure on them coming back for those second. Just try to create some doubt in the running. He's trying to go big here, out to deep mid wicket. The man is coming in, and an excellently judged catch. Lifting it down on one leg, tucking it into the onside. There's the man coming in. Made that look simple, but it was a really good catch because he was coming in at pace and cushioned it quite well. And the Boston have lost another wicket. So Pranav comes back in, picks up a wicket off of his final delivery. Kevin Patel, who was trying to get a boundary off the final ball of the over. And he's perished. Suketu, the man doing the catching out there. So Kevin going for 3. Archer is out there on 25. He is striking over 100. And the new batsman, it looks like Lalo, the leg spinner, walking out to bat. It is Lalo. And when it's his turn with the ball in his hand, he gives the ball generous flight to tempt the batsman. So after a bit of deliberation as to who is going to bowl this over, because Nikhil has completed his allotment of 4, 2 for 19 he has. It was a double change. Devin was replaced by Pranav. So Devin, his 4 overs cost 37 runs. So Kamal still has 2. 1 over apiece to Pranav and Sandeep. So it seems as though Sandeep is going to complete his allotment. He's 3 for 18. This one hit in the air. It's coming in our direction. And that's a massive 6. Hit down the ground, high up in the air. And it's beyond us in the commentary area. It's landed just on the boundary edge of ground 2. So Sandeep into the attack and already smack for a 6. So Archer continuing on. It's on 31 now. 2 6s and a 4. So 15 runs in singles he's made. So just 4 dot balls for Archer in this inning so far. Pretty good going considering wickets were tumbling around him. 7 wickets down now, 135 on the score, and again you can see just that rotation of strike. Guided. Oh, this time it goes past the man at point. But the best of efforts. He's done quite a good job there previously in that position. And on this time, perhaps a bad bounce out there on his rough outfield. Very hard and dry. 17 overs gone. 139 for 7. The Kamal over comes to an end. None for 35. So he has one left. Sandeep has one left. And Pranav have one left as well. So there would be the bowlers to complete the innings for the BARDOLI Blasters, having won the toss. And their bowlers indicating that to their captain that they wanted to bowl first. So Boston A started off well, got to 10 runs on over, then started to lose wickets. So brought the run rate down as well to 8.2 runs on over. So they'll want to get up to that 160 run mark. They're 139 for 7. Pranav is back, searching for that Yorker. Oh, they're going to get 2 here. So Lalo coming back for the second. The call made by Archit running to the danger end to come back. Oh, he bowled him. That's a peach of a delivery. That one swung in the air. Was a slow ball as well, and it started on the line of a middle and leg stump. Swung back in, it dipped as well and landed on the base of middle stump. The umpire is going to have his work cut out for him to try and repair the damage. And Lalo has to go. He's gone for 2. Boston A lose their 8th wicket with the score on 141. And 16 deliveries to come in the innings. Boston A need these 2 batters to just dig deep. Archit is there on 35 from 26. And the new man in, Hitesh, is going to have to just stick around with him to at the very least bat out the overs. Try and give Archit the strike. He's striking at 134 strike rate. The umpire there, you can see him, he's just trying to rebuild the foundation of the stumps. He's going to have his work cut out. He continues to work on it there. And all is well. It actually looks better than it was when we started. So perhaps Pranav sorted out the foundation with that Yorker into the base of middle stump. So it's been a bit of a reconstructive innings for Boston A. 141 for 8 in the Pranav over. Oh, and this gets the outside edge and the good tumbling stop by the man at short, third man. And he certainly prevents a boundary, or at the very least two runs. Just dab down there. Have a good look at that stop. Tumbling down to his left and making the save. Looks like the man Sandeep is there. .143 for 8. Eyeing up the leg side is Hashit. Square leg on the boundary, deep mid wicket. Just 3 on the onside. Yeah, he's trying to work it. You could see the bat face turning He's interested in putting that ball into the onside, but can't quite get it there. You see him just turning the wrist there, trying to get that ball to go. Just didn't happen on that occasion. If he works it into that onside, there's a possibility of 2. Well, beats the outside there. That's an excellent delivery from Pranav to finish off his allotment of 4 overs. And he's taken 3 important wickets for 34 runs. Good stuff from him. Got the wicket of Mayank at the top of the order, who's in impeccable form, Mayank. So it was a key wicket to get. 143 for 8. And 12 balls to come in the innings. The run rate now just dipping under 8. So that'll be a bit of a concern for Bostoni. Continue on with the action here. It's a bit of a fumble. They're going to come for 2. Good running. They ran the first one hard, as you can see there, and there's the fumble. 2 more runs to the total. This one hit back down the ground, bisecting perfectly. Long off and long on. So that'll go into the boundary for 4. They're just coming into the frame there. Just the top of the fielder's head as they almost collided. And went into the boundary for 4. On a wide delivery. This is going to bring up the 150 for Boston A. Cheers from the 10th area. This one hit down the ground. And Nikhil is the man coming around from long off to cut that one off. It's very fast across the outfield. He was diving across there. PK and Nitish. Nikhil rather. This one cut past point. They go for 1. There's an opportunity to go for 2. The fielder pulls out the slide. Archer decides against it. So Archer on 42. 152 for 8. Pulled into the onside. He's going close to the boundary. He's going to bisect the 2 men. Deep square leg and mid wicket into the boundary for 4. 156 for 8. And Archer doing the business at the back end of the innings. He stuck around, rotated the strike in a partnership with Manav. And now he's looking to let loose 2 6s, 3 4s in his 47. Just 31 deliveries. His strike rate has gone from 130 now to 151. It's going in the air. The man had long on. He's not going to get it. It's over his head. Into the boundary. That will bring up a very well played 50 for Archer. 3 6s and 3 4s. Smashing that one down the ground over the head of PK. Down on the long on boundary. And the end of an expensive over from Sandeep. 13 runs coming in at 156 for 8. And just nearing that target of 160. And And it just might eclipse that. They have eclipsed it, in fact. 162 for 8. And can they push it? Get to 170 plus. And if they are going to do it, Hitish is going to need to get a single here. He's going to have to get a single and get Archit on strike. And again, they are just, well, there are 2 men on the onside, 3 in fact, 1 at deep mid wicket. So they are allowing him the opportunity to turn it into the onside for that single. Kamal has the ball in his hand, the opening bowler, coming back to bowl this death over. He's been pretty expensive, conceded 35 in his first 3 overs. Here we go. Or rather, false alarm. Kamal just pulls out of his run up at the last minute. And I think the wicketkeeper wasn't quite settled in terms of where he wanted his point fielder to be. Here we go now. And this is why the keeper was very particular. PK there, just diving, making the stop. He wants him in the exact right position. Exactly in the right position for that type of a shot. Because anything that goes past him with the pace of Kamal might just go close to the boundary edge and perhaps for 4. Oh, signal wide. Doesn't like it, Kamal. How wide was that? Oh, he's just fanning at it. Immediate call of wide by the umpire. So Hitish did what he had to do. He got Archit on strike. Got an extra delivery now with that wide. Archit on 53, 164 for it. Short, pulled into the onside. That man at mid-wicket. Gonna have some work to do here, and another fumble. It's not the first time that he's fumbled out there. Batsman just having a quick word. Hitish just walking down and having a word with Archit. He's hitting it down to long off. Yeah, they're gonna come for 2, and that was the message. That was the message, really true there. That was the message that Hitish had to Archit, that he's going to come back for 2 regardless to get him back on strike. So he took the risk and he's gotten a reward. Archit on 55. Steps across, tugs it into the onside. This is going to go for 4. Couple bounces. This is expert batsmanship here from Archit. Excellent batting. 172 for 8. 2 deliveries to come. The umpire just sending the fielder off. He's running on with some water. Just a couple deliveries to come, but the umpire quite aware of how hard they've been running in these last few deliveries of the innings. .172 for 8. Steps across, just shadows it. Gets it to the onside. Mid-wicket again into the frame. And they are going to come for 2. And again another fumble. Gives them the second run. He tugs it on the onside. It's very rough out there. Mid-wicket is having a torrid time out there. There it is, onto his boot. Or at least it doesn't go past him, because he has the boot out for the second line of the defense. So that it doesn't go past him and into the boundary. But in the meantime, might have won the battle, but does he win the war? Because this man Archit is on strike, and they're going to push for 2 again, and they're going to get 2 to complete the innings. Excellent work on the back end of the innings from Boston. A 175 for 8 being inserted by Bardoli Blasters. Won the toss and breakthroughs early on. They got the big wicket of Mayank for 19. Preet was going good and then he lost his wicket for 22. Mehal for 17. Yogi struck a 6 and a 4 and then he was out of the bowling of the left arm orthodox spinner Sandeep for 15. Ravi Patel for 13. But it's that man Archit who finishes not out on 64. 3 sixes and 4 fours off of 37 deliveries. 172 his strike rate. And a good job by Hitish at the end to give him strike. Lalo as well. And 3 and 4 runs respectively from the pair. And Kevin was out for 3 as well. In large part this total at the back end thanks to the hitting power of Archit. As the players leave their field, he's been heralded the hero. Teammates just giving him a standing ovation and loud cheers as well as he returns to the players area. So that'll be the total for Bardoli Blasters to chase. 175 for 8 after 20 overs. We'll be back in a few minutes with the resumption of the innings. Welcome back to our coverage of the LPS USA Cricket Tournament here in Austin, Texas. We're in day 3 on ground 1. LPCL ground 1. This battle between Boston A and Bardolli Blasters. It's the change of innings. Boston made 175 for 8 after being asked to bat by Bardolli Blasters. And Archit Patel top scoring with 64. Herculean task at the back end of the innings as they were losing wickets. And just 22 from Preet. 19 for Mayank at the top of the order. We're set to go here for the innings of the Bardolli Blasters. Out there in the middle, the two batsmen. First one nicely played. Just pushing it out to deep cover. One man out in the deep at deep mid wicket as well. So two fielders out in the deep. Devin and Sandeep Patel, the two spinners, opening the batting. It's Mayank Patel with this, and this one edged past the man at short, third man. Two runs on the board. So Mayank has the ball in his hand to open the bowling. And they're going to come through for a quick single. So Devin was on 7 of 3 deliveries. Sandeep yet to face. Field switches over for the left-hand all-rounder. He's batting with an arm guard as well. So fielders on the onside, just 2 in the ring and 1 at deep mid-wicket. A very straight deep mid-wicket. And then a backward point on the boundary. Mayank is trying to cut it down to that man at backward point and just rehearsing the shot now. A more contemporary forward defensive shot, as opposed to just swinging the bat at it off of the back foot, trying to chop it down. It wasn't there, the length, and then just trying to acclimatize itself at the top of the order. And the bowling of Mayank goes past the outside edge on this occasion. A good delivery there, get some lift as well. Went past the outside edge. There is a man in first slip, but he's quite deep. He's getting that a little bit of movement on that ball into the left hand. End of the first over from Mayank, 7 without loss. And Sandeep yet to get off the mark. Devin has 7 with 1 boundary. Minding you, the total 175 for 8 posted by Boston A. So Ravi Patel is going to be the bowler from the top end. So they're going to put a backward point in place. Mayank is at, well, he's a short third man. This one pulled to mid-on and straight to him. The catch is taken. The first wicket falls. And the blasters trying to blast his way over the man at mid-on and straight to him. It was hit powerfully as well. Trying to get a second boundary. Devin loses his wicket. It was his score on 7. First wicket down, 7 for 1 in the second over. And Ravi Patel strikes with his first delivery. So this Group C game, Boston and the Bardolli Blasters, 2 points, 2 wins each. But Boston A just edging out the Blasters with a higher net run rate. Ravi Patel picking up the first wicket out of Devin. Caught by Archer there at mid-on. This one pulled across. Protection out there. Deep mid wicket. So a team of all-rounders out there in the middle. Sandeep and Pranav there. Sandeep is on strike, yet to get off the mark. Just adjustments to the field. Lalo is going to come out from that short fine leg position, and he's being asked to go at point. He's going to move the man who was there across the cover. So Ravi comes in. So Lalo's gonna cross there to point. Not able to turn that one into the onside. On the onside there's a square leg, a deep mid wicket, and a mid on. So it's a 6-3 field. Mayank just receiving some instructions on the boundary edge. He's at no run here again for Sandeep. Mayank he's not it's a fly slip really. And I suspect it's a fly slip at the opposite end for when Mayank himself has the ball in hand to bowl the end of the second over. And 8 runs on the board for the loss of the Devon wicket. He went for 7. That man so he's not in first slip, he's actually going down to third man now. So there's a ring on the offside. It's a 6-3 field again. The fielder's out in the deep at mid-wicket and third man. Mayank is going to be to bowl the third over. So we finally set to go for the start of the third over. It's a lifting delivery. He's riding the bunks and taking the bottom hand off of it. Just lift it into this rib area. Taking the bottom hand off, controlling it. 3 on the onside. So they have put a fly slip in again. So he's come across from mid-wicket and gone into that fly slip. So there's a deterred man as well. This one hit down the ground. Into the boundary for 4. So good strike down the ground. The ball was hit so well, it's gone all the way into ground 2. 12 for 1. So Pranav gets his first boundary. Hit in the air, what a shot, over cover. All the way down to the boundary. So he's dealing in boundaries here now, Pranav. The given width and the length was there as well. False start. Cool conditions here, a lot of cloud cover. It was very heated early on, the first innings of this game. So back of the arm, slower ball, turned into the onside. Just out the back of the hand. Difficult art to master. Bowled it not too bad, just the angle of the delivery if you want to nitpick. No, it's a better line and length. $16 for 1. 3 overs gone. Going to be a bowling change. So Ravi is out of the attack. Almost playing that one on off the bottom edge of the bat. So Gurang Patel comes in as the impact player, replacing Arch Patel. Ravi Patel is back into the attack. Another field change taking place here. He's removing the man from square leg, Lalo. So he's going to go back into that point position, cover point position. So for the second time he's moved from square leg to point, just to reinforce the offside and that point area. And it's for that type of delivery that he's there. Outside the off stump, swinging away by Ravi Patel, going across the right-hander. So he has a fly slip in place, a short third man and a backward point. 3 fielders covering that point region. Still in the power play, remind you. Long on and deep mid-wicket on the boundary. And there it is. It goes past Lalo there. Into the boundary at point for 4. Trying to strengthen the area. And he still managed to squeeze it through the gap. Get more instructions from the boundary edge how to tuck that area, but Pranav is having none of it. He'll find the gap. And Lalo himself was indicating, he was pointing to his left, that he was too far left. So now they've moved him right, and all the way right now to point, because they're going to put a third man in place. And more changes, so Lalo is going to go back. No, he's being sent back. He's just like used as a pendulum, swinging between point and cover point. Now he is, and there is a point in place as well as a third man. Down the track, lifting it in the air. It's over the head of Lalo. He's not giving chase. The man at cover is, and it'll go into the boundary for 4, giving up the chase. $26 for 1. Pranav now on 17. Pulling in the onside this time, over the head of a mid-wicket and mid-on. And that'll travel very quickly into the boundary. It's a short delivery pulled into the onside. rocking back onto the back foot. It's gone for 4. 30 for 1. 175 for 8, remind you. Boston he made 144 runs needed now. Off of 97 balls. Pranav is on 23, so he's struck 4 4s and a 6. It's a better delivery here. Left outside the off stump. A little bit closer. He needs to be end of the over. An expensive over from Ravi being brought back for his second over. He struck for 2 4s and a 6. And 1 wide delivery in the over as well. So he's bowled 2 overs for 17 runs, but he does have a wicket. And Pranav on 23, Sandeep on 1. So Mayank is out of the attack. Ball and change from the commentary end. 32 for 1. Manav into the attack. Off the bottom edge. Sandeep just struggling a bit out there. 9 balls he's faced and just 1 run. Top edge this time over the head of that fly slip. The man at third man's gonna come around. They're gonna get 2. He's trying to pull it into the onside. Gets a top edge. It's 34 for 1 now. 33 rather, just a 1 run there. So Pranav on 23. It's a good delivery here from Manav. It's a misfield. Get a single. Bit of sloppy work in the outfield there. Changes to the white signal by the umpire. really struggling out there, Sandeep. He's putting added pressure on Pranav at the opposite end as well. Another outside edge. Third man in place is really struggling out there is Sandeep to get bat onto ball. When he does make contact, it's over the outside edge. So he's trying to clear the front leg every time, as opposed to the traditional shot through the covers. So back over the wicket now. Short lifting delivery from Manav, as the batsman bobbing and weaving out of the way, generating good pace and bounce with that delivery. Finishes off the over with an exclamation point. 36 for 1. 5 overs gone. Just 1 over left in the power play. They need a further 140 runs off of 90 balls. Going to have a pause in play here as the emergency fieldsman runs off onto the field. And the bat is running out with him as well as a couple bottles of water. Take a short break. Final over of power play, as Lalo just again runs across your screen, moving from square leg to point. It seems as though every over they need to remind him that he's feeling at point. There's a left hand right hand combination. Sandeep is on strike. This time he makes contact. A couple times it's been into his pads and he's not been able to get bat onto it. Does on this occasion. Can't get the run. So Ravi continuing on for his third over. 1 for 17. Oh, this is where he should be bowling it. Outside the line of that off stump and getting it to come back into the left hander, and he's looking to hit that top of middle or top of off stump. That ball coming back in. Keeper taking it on his right side. Kevin. See if he can get that fractionally closer to the off stump. Short. Sandeep continuing to struggle here. This one dug in short. Trying to pull it around. Doesn't make any contact. Through to wicketkeeper Kevin. And this time he picks it up. Man coming around. Just landing and it'll go into the boundary. It's gone into the boundary for 4. He got the length this time. This is the type of shot he's looking for. The ball hasn't been there to hit previously. And that's a length ball on the line of the off stump. Gets the edge, trying to repeat the shot. Gonna get some runs here, and it'll go very close to the boundary. Mayank diving away, can't prevent the boundary. It goes into the boundary for 4. Off the bottom edge of the bat there. Mayank giving chase, full throttle he is, and tumbling over. Can't prevent the boundary. Takes the total onto 40 for 1. So just one delivery now left in this power play. And Sandeep is just starting to get going. 2 fours in the over. And he's off the back foot trying to lift it over mid-on. Could only get it to cover. End of the over. 6 gone. Power play done and dusted. 44 for 1. Sandeep on 11. As his strike rate now doubles off of 17 balls, hitting 2 boundaries in that over. Pranav at the other end, he's on 24 for 14. So that's the score after 6. So Manav is going to continue on. He's trying to adjust the mid-wicket. So there's some finger pointing going on, and nobody is really moving. They are going to get a lot of changes they're trying to enforce here. Okay, so a lot of changes taking place. They still have the fly slip. Backward point is in place. A man at point. The mid-wicket has come over to extra cover. A deep cover is going on the boundary. There's a long off as well. And we just apologize again, guys, walking in front of our cameras. Bringing some drinks, but none for us here in the commentary box. Serious business continues out in the middle there. With Manav with the ball in hand. Short and pulled into the onside. Some work for mid-wicket. Struggling to get around. He's not going to get there, and it races into the boundary for 4. Pulled away. A lot of work for him to do at mid-wicket. Lightning fast outfield. And Pranav, who had to sit at the other end for that final over of power play with Sandeep, but he did manage to get 2 boundaries. One down the ground and one off the inside edge to find leg Sandeep. So Pranav gets the strike and gets 4. The start of the new over. We saw Manav produce a snorting this one hit down the ground in the air. The man had long off, settling on it, and Mayank takes a good catch. Right in our direction. He's trying to continue on with his ball striking is Pranav. He's trying to go for his second 6. This was not to be. And it was straight to the man at long off, taking the catch. So he goes for 28. And the fall of the second wicket for 48. 6.2 overs. Another 128 required off of 88 balls. So Manav gets a very important wicket of Pranav. His strike rate was 175. And he had just struck a 4 down the ground and trying to go in the air. Went for 6. Successful over so far. Oh, he's down the leg side and tickled around the corner. Sounds like gloves onto pad. They're going to come back for 2. That'll bring up the 50 as well. 50 for 2. Barodi Blasters. $50 coming up. 39 deliveries, so not bad going. Run rate of 9.33. He's just asking for a change to the short fine leg. He's asking him to go to deep square leg. Manav. Oh, it's a good delivery there. The keeper can't hold on. But that is exactly the type of delivery you want to be bowling. They're going to go... Actually, they turned down the second by. He was turning and coming Sandeep, but sent back. And just as well, Kevin almost has the ball in his hand. It would have been a suicide second. Manav is going to go right arm round the wicket for Sandeep again. He's been doing that since he had to bowl at Sandeep. So Sandeep, who is now in the runs, he has 11 off of 18. He's hit 2 boundaries. Hammered down the ground. He's coming into his own now, is Sandeep. Soaked up a few deliveries early on, but now he's middling it. 1 boundary was off the outside edge, rather off the inside edge down the leg side, and there's been a few off the outside edge over the head of the man who was at short third man. They've dropped him back to deep third man after the power play. Sandeep on strike, the new man. It's going to be an opportunity for a run out here, and a lot is happening. They're going to get the overthrow. The wicketkeeper didn't get to the stump, and Sandeep was charging down the track. The non-striker was not running. The throw came in. The keeper didn't get to the stump, and there was an overthrow. And it's almost as if Sandeep is begging Sandeep to run. He didn't want to run at all. It's as if he was tiptoeing around a sand trap. So the end of the 7th over after all of that drama for the final delivery. 54 for 2. And Sandeep is on 2. And Sandeep is on 12. So Ravi's bowled his 3rd over, 1 for 25. And Manav, his 2 overs, 1 for 11. So not bad going from him, considering that a few of those 11 runs came off the outside edge of the bat of Sandeep. So it's going to be a bowling change here. Is it? There's a lot of delay in between overs. And the fielders just don't seem to know where they're supposed to be. They're just moving around. Everybody is pointing in all directions. So eventually the man who was going on the offside is sent back to the onside, and now he's being pushed all the way to deep mid wicket. There was a man on the field as well, and he has come off. Not quite sure why he was on the field, the emergency fielder, but he's gone back off the field now. The captain is trying to decide if his third man has to go fine. He waves his hand, he's telling Mayank he doesn't know. So Mayank now goes from short third man to a fly slip, and the captain settles in at backward point. And that ball is played to him and through him, down to the man who was in that position, had to run around to his left to get and retrieve that ball, and really he shouldn't have had to. That one went under the legs of the captain. 55 for 2. Should have been a dot ball. Yogi is the new man with the ball, barking out the instructions where he wants his fielders. Sandip, the right-hander, is on strike. The fielder again shuffles around. So third man went to fine leg. Now fine leg is coming up into short fine leg. The mid-wicket is moving to mid-on. There is a long on in place as well, directly behind the line of the mid-on. And it's pulled in his direction. And he takes the catch, he gets his hand to it and does not hold on. Chance put down in the field, whipped away on the onside from outside the off stump. Had some work to do, he was charging in, got his hands to it, couldn't cling on. Difficult chance when you consider as well how rough it is out there, that it's not secure footing. So you can't keep your eyes steady. To keep your eyes fixed on the ball, you put the chance down. So Sandip is on to 3. Sandeep on strike, pulls away. The man is out there at mid-wicket though. It's just a single. So Sandeep moves on to 14 and Sandip 3. More field changes. Left hand right combination is proving very difficult. So Yogi just barking out instructions. So now he takes the mid on out, sends him to square leg, takes the fine leg, pushes him to backward square. There is a deep mid wicket who's not budged. He bowls it wide outside the off stump, very close to being signaled a wide by the umpire. This one is being lifted down to long off. Diving forward, he was slow to get to it. Spills the catch low down, almost a couple inches off the turf. They come back for 3. Just barely getting his hand to it. Spilled the catch. He was a bit slow to get to it, Ravi Patel. Sandeep comes on strike, the left-hander. Field changes over. This time he's right arm thrown around and the wicketkeeper can't hold on. Has a shy at the stump. They're going to get a bye. .62 for 2. One delivery to come in this 8th over of Yogi. His first over. So far he conceded 8 runs. Oh, he's stepping across and a good shot here. He gets it fine. And a chase on for Lalo. Is he going to get there? He's stopping on the boundary as he pulls the boot out. Gets a foot onto it. And Lalo is the man. Prevents the boundary. Excellent work out there in the deep down to fine leg. And good innovation as well. Stepping across Sandip to get it fine. Just paddling it around the corner there. And he kept the running as well. Despite it going close to the boundary. In fact, he just ran the first one hard, and both batters just jogging the second. Now, Sandeep is looking at him to come for the third, and Sandeep puts his hand up in the air and he says, I'm not having that. So just 2 runs. The over comes to an end. 64 for 2 after 8. Sandeep on 8, and Sandeep, the left-hander, on 14. "12 runs in that Yogi over." There's some deliberation taking place. Another emergency fielder. Or is this the special advisor? He's on the field talking to the 2 batsmen. New bowler is going to be coming on. So some instructions being given by the man, the senior manager, looks like on for the team. For the Bardoli Blasters. A bottle of water was on the field as well. And there's going to be a bowling change on top of that. Gurang Bai comes into the attack. Now the man standing in front of the camera is not Gurang. Gurang is out on the field. It's the man Archit standing in front of our cameras. So the new bowler into the attack. Mayank is at long off. So long on in place, deep mid wicket. And a deep square, a man sweeping on the offside for the left-handed Sandeep. 4 fielders out in the deep. Gets a hand onto it, comes onto the stump, but Sandeep was in his ground, and they come through for a single for that ricochet. The impact player Gurang Bai is into the attack. So Mayank is giving instructions from long off. Long on is instigating another change, and mid wicket now is calling the man from deep extra cover to come in the ring. Mid wicket now hops across the extra cover. So they're doing a 6-3 field, and each time the strike is rotated, now the bowler makes a fielding change. He's sending everyone in the ring on the offside to their left, and now he's called the captain back to his right. Slingy action goes past the outside edge. Gurang, the impact player, trying to make an impact in this team. Have a look at this low arm action. Very, almost horizontal. Very much Malinga-like. Oh, and what an interesting shot. Stepping across, it's a low trajectory of the delivery. And it's a very risky shot. He steps across, he gets bat onto it suddenly and gets 2. We will have enough time for a replay. Have a look at this shot. Steps across, paddles it around the corner. And the reason we have time, it's because there's another field change. Just an adjustment to the field, and we're going to get another field change on top of that adjustment. So short third man goes into the onside. A bit of ball following here. It's a very risky shot he played. You might just want to give him kudos for playing that shot, but instead they've adjusted the field. So it's a short fine leg, and again the fielders on the ring move to their left on the offside. And it's driven to the captain. And it's going to be a run out here. Oh, he's... Well, the less said the better. Have a look at this. It's played straight to the captain at mid-wicket. Got the ball in his hand and ran with the ball, then tossed it back to the bowler Gurang. Gurang, who was ahead of the stump, wanted to flick it back, decided not to, because he recognized the batsman was way out of his crease. He could have just stopped and run him out. Didn't happen. It's a single here. In fact, they're pushing for 2. And they're going to come for it. And he's going to be run out this time at the non-strikers end. This time Gurang Bai picks the bails. They get the run out. Sandeep has to go. They were looking for 2. Scampering back. An excellent throw from the deep. at mid-wicket. And Sandeep has to go. He's gone for 15. Run out at the non-striker's end. Disappointing end to Sandeep. He was just starting to get going. Hit a couple boundaries. He now has to go 68 for 3. One delivery left in the 9th over. So a message was sent out before the start of this over. It was to try and push with the running. And it wasn't a bad call. It's just that the throw was so good. And Grant, this occasion, decided to pick the bails. Didn't on the previous delivery, when there was another opportunity for a run out. Look at it here again. This was the first one. Got a hand onto it, hit the stump. Get a single for the ricochet. One delivery to come in this 9th over. So this was Sandeep coming back for the second run here. He's struggling to make his ground. And Guran executing the run out. Good stuff from him on this occasion. New man out in the middle. Coming in at number 5. 68 for 3. The impact player certainly making an impact, Guran. And again we wait for the field to adjust. The umpire this time is just inquiring to the bowler. Not sure what that was about. Or this one down the leg side. Good stop by the wicketkeeper. $67 for 3. So the new batsman out, Sukitu. Yet to face Sandeep. It's on 11. 107 needed now. From 66 balls. There you could see the captain just having a conversation with Gurang. The captain who did the fielding at extra cover ran in. Sandeep was out of his ground, tossed the ball underarm back to Guran, who was ahead of the stumps, and decided not to throw the ball. This was the opportunity here for the run out. See, the ball was pushed to extra cover. It was relayed to Guran, catching it there in front of the stumps and trying to backarm it. Did not release the ball. Could have been a run out, but they got the run out nevertheless. A couple of balls later. So we start the final over now. Before the drinks break, whipped into the onside. Mid wicket is there. It goes through his legs. It goes through his legs. Simple as you like to field there and through his legs for 4. And the bowler is not happy at all. There you see the shot. They were jogging the single. It was straight to the fielder at mid-wicket. And the bowler is still not happy. His hands is on his waist there in disapproval. Have a look at him here. He's shouting at the captain now. He's ready to bowl now. Ready to go. It's wide. He's still a bit irritated. The bowler, Yogi. That 4 takes the total, that boundary to 74 for 3. He's playing and missing outside the off stump. Pulled in the air, it's a full toss. And a long chase around from deep mid-wicket. He's not going to get there. It'll go into the boundary. Yogi again is not happy. Score now moves on to 79 for 3. And he's bowled him. That one dipping, getting his revenge. Yogi straight through. Bowling well flighted. That ball dipping, hitting back the off stump. And with the fall of that wicket, the umpire is signalling for drinks to come onto the field. So the score, BARDOLI Blasters 4 for 79 after 9.4 overs, chasing 175 for victory set by Boston A. We'll take a short drinks break and be right back when action resumes. So welcome back to the action here at the LPCL Ground 1 LPS USA Cricket Tournament here in Austin. Boston is set 175 for the BARDOLI Blasters to chase down. They are 79 for 4, 9.4 deliveries. Took the drinks break with the fall of Sandeep's wicket. He went for 26. And Yogi has 2 more balls to complete his over. He's gone for 2 fours in the over. The man with the drinks just slow to get off the field. He's just been ushered off and ready to get on the way. New batsman out there is Kamal Patel, the fast bowler. Yogi's doing the chasing off of his own bowling, can't prevent the run. Good effort from him, pressuring the batsman as well in the running, and he also ensured that they couldn't get 2. So we have our count that it was 2 deliveries to complete the over. The umpires call over. End of the over. 80 for 4. Another 96 needed now off of 60 balls. We do apologize for the gentleman walking in front of our cameras again. They just like to be in the limelight. Mr. Arch, he was in the limelight earlier with a 64. So 10 overs gone. So Sukit yet to face a ball. Seems he's been out there for a while, but he's going to face his first delivery now. In fact, it is. The umpires have gone. It's going to be a wide. So the umpires called over. They went back. They made the decision that there was 1 ball to come. So we've tried to get that ball to be bowled. And now it's a wide. Still 1 ball to come in the over. They're going to get a single at least. So Suketu gets the opportunity to get off the mark. So we do have the conclusion of the Yogis over and the completion of the 10th over. So after the drinks break, just the 2 balls. $82 for 4. So Yogi has 1 for 22 off of 2. Guran is going to continue here. He had a very eventful first over. 2 run-out opportunities. He managed to get 1 of them. There's also an opportunity. A ball was played back to him. He got a hand onto it, ricocheted onto the stumps. And Sandeep it was who was, fortunately for him, back in his crease. Pitched up protection is out there, but that's the same man who let 1 go through his legs. This time he gets it in his hands and just a single. We will reiterate, it's very dry and very rough out there in the outfield, so you have to get something behind the line of the ball, particularly if you're feeling on the boundary edge. 83 for 4. So Kamal off the strike, Suketu off the strike, turned into the onside. Kamal gets another single. It's an appeal for LBW running down the track. Not out says the umpire. He's trying to get a single as well. The bat onto pad. Taking off for a single. Gurang does fielding off of his own bowling, prevents that single. Nicely driven down the ground by Suketu. Gets to it. Can't prevent the run. Tumbling away, trying to throw down the stump, so get it to the wicket keeper. So 87 for 4 after 11. 89 needed off of 54 balls. Still have wickets in hand. Kamal Suketu out there. Devin went for 7. Sandeep for 15. Pranav for 28. Sandeep for 20. 11 extras in this total of 87. A wicket apiece to Ravi, Manau and Yogi. Gurang his 2 overs. 11 runs. It's at 4 dot balls out of 12. It's not bad going at all, the impact player. So Yogi starts his 3rd over. Very competitive player is the spinner. Suketu just taking his time to settle in. He wants to get a good idea of the field. Yeah, and he's just punching it past the man at extra cover. He examined the fielding positions very closely. He's going to come back for 2. He's looking to find gaps. Did it on that occasion. He's just punching it in the gap there and work for the man at long off. Coming around. Good throw off. Good strong throw. 88 for 4. And again he's going in the air this time. The man at cover is coming around, settling under it. No, he can't get it. Lifted in the air by Suketu. Backpedaling was the man at cover. It was just too far away from him. Just eluding him. So just the 1 run. So Kamal now on strike. 91 for 4. Full toss. Can't quite get on top of it or enough under it. Mistimes it down to long off. Could have hit that anyway. I think he was thought in two minds. Kamal, he's trying to pull it into the onside, but it came on him quickly, getting a top edge. Out to long off. Yogi again. Faster delivery. Pushed through. Low trajectory. They get one. Cover comes around. Suketuk decides to come for two and is going to get there safely in the end. It's not a strong throw. So our coverage again interrupted with people passing in front of our cameras. $94 for 4. Gurang is going to continue bowling. Kamal on 5. Suketu on 8. The slingy man continues on his third over. None for 11 he has. Oh, he's trying to hit it downtown. Plays and misses. Head in the air a bit, Kamal. And again he plays and misses. His head is in the air a bit. Down the leg side. We signal wide. It's a good delivery here on the line of the middle stump. They're going to come through for a signal. Hesitation. And the throw from Gurang goes wide. A lot of confusion taking place out in the middle there. Another opportunity for a run out. Gurang again involved. Dropped in the onside there. Gets a boot onto it. Picks it up. Had all the time in the world. And threw it wide. Certainly involved, certainly making an impact in this game. The impact player. It's going to be signaled wide. Oh, he doesn't signal it wide. Just have a look at that again. The umpire is in the best view. That was one perhaps just inside the line. This one is hammered through covers. Protection out there. A lot of work out in the deep. Rough outfield does quite well on the boundary, sweeping around. Prevents a boundary and they get 2. Total now nearing 100. 98 for 4. Suketu really getting going now. Oh, he's trying again. His head is in the air. Doesn't make any contact. So score remains 98 for 4. Playing and missing. So 13 overs gone, and Gurang, his 3 overs for 15 runs, no wickets yet. He's been involved with 4 run-out altercations and successful on 1 occasion with a run-out. 3 of them at his end and 1 at the wicket-keeper's end. Gonna have an interruption in play here. Looks like Mayank has gone down, and Archer just races on with some water. Still is heated here despite the cloud cover. Couple changes again to the over, and Yogi is out of the attack. He's bowled 3 overs, 1 for 29. Mehul, the spinner, gonna come on to bowl. So Lalo is at a short fine leg. 3 fielders behind point. The left-hander comes on, swung around the corner by Kamal. $99 for 4. Sukit on strike. We've seen a number of plays and misses outside the off stump. He's trying to go a bit too hard at it, rather than he's losing some shape and his head is just lifting. You want to keep your eye on it and just follow the line of the delivery. Not try to power it, but time it. And again he's trying to power it. Appeal for LBW. Not out, says the umpire, indicating that it was heading down the leg side. And they come through for a leg by. There again, he's trying to power it. Kamal on strike. No signal from the umpire, so it was bat on the pad. Kamal also trying to power hit this one. Gets one. Deep mid wicket is in very quickly indeed, and it's just going to be a single. That's the 100 up. 101 now for 4. This one hit out deep cover, just a single. Mehul just demanding that the throw come in, so they don't take the opportunity of 2, recognizing that the fielder doing the fielding doesn't have quite a powerful throw if they decide to take it on. But Kamal wants the strike. Yeah, and this is why he hammers it down. He doesn't run immediately, but Longhorn is there, who does well and limits them to a single. Over the head of the bowler, hammering him back. Good sound off the bat as well, but can't get the boundary. In the end of the first over from Mehul, and 103 for 4. Kamal on 9, Suketu on 11, and another 73 runs required off of 36 deliveries. Grant is going to finish off his allotted 4 overs. Flicked away. Gonna get 2. Might go for 4. No, he pulls it back inside. 2 more to Kamal. He's on to 11. Down the track, lifting it in the air is Kamal. Yogi is charging in. He's not going to get there. So just 1 run to Kamal. He's on to 12. Again, he's playing and missing outside the off stump. This time he does get bat onto it. Extra cover gets a hand onto it. Just a single. So get 2 on to 12. There's a good delivery here. Just a dot ball. End of the over. $108 for 4. Batting POD Kamal and Suchit. Just a helmet's coming back out. Did not have a helmet on for the bowling of Gurang. Slingy action. The impact player is exiting the field. He's bowled his quota of 4. And Archit, the man who scored 64, is on the field to replace the replacement. $108 for 4. 15 overs gone. 68 needed off of 30. This one misses the outside of the off stump. Mehul back into the attack, bowling his second over. First over went for just 4 runs. These two batsmen, Kamal and Sukit, seem to want to power hit every single thing. They're losing their shape. They're not keeping their eyes on the ball. They're lifting their head. This time he gets it down to mid-wicket. So they're not able to get under it. Not able to time the ball as well. I've seen other batsmen. That ball was short. I've seen other batsmen get under it and time it and smack it over mid-wicket for 6. They're not able to make that type of contact so far. $109 for 4 now. They're going to need more than just singles. They are to chase this total of 175 down. And as well, they want to look for 2s in situation like this. Kamal is coming back. And you have to try and do much more of that. On a few occasions, the ball's gone in the deep, and they've just ambled the first run. The throwing arm of some of the fielders, you have to recognize who has the powerful arms in the deep. You can't come back for 2. It's a long way out to that long off boundary. The deep cover as well. Yeah, again, he's trying to power hit it and misses it. Comes off the wicket keeper. Just not able to get bat onto it. 111 for 4. 111 for 4. Kamal on strike. He's going to try to do better. He's going to need some boundaries here. That's a good delivery. He doesn't get the wide, Kamal. He's not happy. I think the umpire got that one right. It's coming from left arm over the wicket, angling across the right hand, and the keeper took it on his right leg, which is inside the guideline. And again, hammering it. The field well set. It's a fumble on the boundary. And there again, even with the fumble, because they jogged the first run, they're not able to capitalize on the fumble in the outfield, and it remains a single. End of the Mehul's over. 112 for 4. Things heating up here in Austin. This game 1 on. Temperatures are also heating up. It's going to be another hot day here in Austin. And this is going to be a close finish. It's the end of the over. 16 overs gone. 63 needed off of 24 balls at a rate of 15.75. Just for good measure, the Duckwood Lewis par score is 131. Accustomed to seeing cricketers go off for rain, never seen them go off for heat. As we ascend to close to 100 degrees Fahrenheit here in Austin. And more drinks, more water onto the field for the batsmen. And you could just tell as well from the pace of play and the fielders as well in the outfield in between overs that it is quite hot out there. So this is Yogi. Change of ends for him to bowl his final over. The request for only dot balls coming from the man at mid-wicket. So it's going to be he has a fly slip, a short third man, and a backward point. 3 people guarding the point region. Yogi comes into bowl to Kamal. Goes downtown, man at long off does the fielding. That's the man Archett, who is on the field. Work in the deep there. Throw comes back in. Good work out in the deep. Yogi's telling him only one, only one. Makes a lot of demands on his fielders when he's on the ball. Not just when he's on the ball, he's very competitive. Mr. Yogi. And again, some work over the head of extra cover. Close to the boundary, into the boundary for 4. Gonna need much more of this from Kamal. Lifting it just over the head of extra cover. And once it was in that line of extra cover, the 2 fielders from long off and deep cover, be very difficult for them to get around and stop that. 114 for 4. He's going to make an adjustment. So the man decided to put himself closer to where that ball went, deep extra cover. But Yogi just moves him to his left 10 yards. And Suketu, now he has to chase to his left to do the fielding. So Yogi was right. As he usually is, he will tell you. Reaching for it was Suketu. The man doing the fielding, coming around at cover. Some boundaries needed here from the blasters. 1 step down the track. He could only hit it back to Yogi. Feels it quite nonchalantly. Turns around, gets back to his mark to try again. Plays and misses. Kamal on 16, Suketu on 22, 55 needed off of 18. $121 for 4. 55 needed. Mehul back into the attack. Gets bat onto Suketu. And he's running the first one slowly, realizing he can get 2. Kamal wants 2, and he's going to come back to the danger end. And that is more like it. Kamal just pushing Suketu to get that second. So you're not hitting the boundaries. You want to put pressure on that man out in the deep. There's the throw. So need some more of that. Yeah, and again he should be looking for 2 to put pressure on the fielder. Easier said than done. We're in the shade here. It's still hot for us here under the tents, but it's even hotter out in the middle. Effort from Kamal there. Could hear it all the way across the boundary. Just a single to long on. It's been good bowling from Mehul. It's been economical. It's not taken a wicket, but he's been economical. A wide signal on this occasion. Doesn't get away with it this time. Kamal was disgruntled the first occasion he bowled it out there and wasn't given a wide. On this occasion, can't always have it your way. And that one was way wide. And he bowled him. Bowled all over the shop. Bowled neck and crook. That wide encouraged him to come back straight out to the line of the off stump and picks the off stump out the ground. The 5th wicket goes with the score on 124, and the knock of Suketu comes to an end. He's gone for 25. Breaking this partnership is the man Mehul. Did say he didn't take a wicket. Now he can boast that he has a notch in the wicket column. And just as his strike rate was starting to ascend, 104 he will finish on in terms of strike rate. Gone for 25. He's been out there for quite a while. 50 now needed off of 14 deliveries. And the number 9 striding out to the middle. Let's hope he's full of confidence so we'll see an exciting finish here. But Boston are liking their chances, particularly Mehul, who now has taken a wicket. Economical, 14 runs he's conceded. Yogi picked up a wicket. He's completed his spell of 4 for 37. So Mayank has 2 overs. Ravi Patel has 1. Manau has 2. So there are options available. The most expensive bowler has been that Mr. Yogi. I don't think anybody would ask him to give up the ball. He's going to bowl his 4 overs every game. No questions asked. So Pinkal is the man. Took a good catch at long on. Almost took a blinder. One that he charged in and just hit his hand, went to ground. So he is perched there on his bat, ready to take his guard. Looks like a middle leg. So the field for him is a deep mid wicket, deep square leg. And square leg in the ring. Long on. So long off. The deep extra cover moves 5 paces to his left. Those are the fielders out in the deep. And it's off the inside edge. It's racing down. Good throw from the slinger Malinga. Mr. Patirana, Mr. Groundby himself, doing the chasing. Limiting them to a single. Brings Kamal back on strike though. He wants to strike. Kamal on 17. Oh, he's going to get a wide here, surely. Yes, he is. Mehul trying to keep it away from him. Line belongs to the umpire. 3 men behind point. And the next man is a deep extra cover on the offside. And he's hitting it down the ground. For just 1. So I'm not sure if anybody has pointed out to him the gap between deep extra cover and backward point is huge. The ball spinning across him from the left-handed Mehul, going across him. If he waits a fraction of a second and cracks it into the onside, he could get a lot of runs. So the end of the over. 18 gone, 130 for 5. 46 needed in 12. So let's see who they're going to decide to bowl these last 2 overs. My money would be on Mayank. But it's going to be Manau, who's been the more economical of the 2. And in fact, I just see a change of ends if Mayank has to come back and bowl. Mehul still has an over left. He's 1 for 18. He's also been economical, just conceding 6 runs on over. So here we go. Temperatures rising. 2 overs to come. 46 runs to get. Long off, long on, deep mid wicket, deep square leg, and a deep backward point on the offside. Short pull into the onside. An excellent connection. It goes all the way for 6. Incredible ball striking. Short, not for the first time. Manau has put some pace on the ball and dug it in short. And cracked away by Pinkal. There he is perched after striking that 6. All the way there he is perched there on the bat. Saying, I've done this before. There's no pressure out here, man. as he strikes up a Sir Vivian Richards-like pose after having played a Sir Vivian Richards-type hook shot. Manau certainly want to make a comeback after being struck for a 6. Short again, trying to pull it around the corner this time. Doesn't get as much bounce as he did previously. Passes under the bat. A good delivery there, not as much bounce. Arch it beyond the boundary, just suggesting that Mayank should have bowled. And it's hit in the direction of Mayank. He's settling under it. Leaping up in the air, goes over his head for 6. This man, Pinkal, has done this before. 2 6s he's hit. 46 was required at the start of the over. And man, he's striking it well. So now 34 needed. Pinkal quickly on to 15. Pitched up, he goes in the air on the onside. The man at mid-wicket, he can't get in to take the catch. They get 2. It's not bad either that they get 2, because it means that Pinkal is on strike. Here's it landing in front of him, getting the throw off, and he doesn't have the strongest arm out there. So Manav, 14 runs in the over so far. Oh, he's playing and missing. He's pulling away, and Manav just that occasion just keeping it wide outside the off stump. And because his momentum is taking him, trying to pull it into the onside, can't quite get across. And if he did get any bat onto that, might have just spewed up on the offside. 144 for 5. 1 ball to come in this 19th over. In the air! Mayank is coming around from long on, and it's through his hands and gone for 4. 4 runs conceded. Drop catch on the boundary edge. Mayank coming around there, burst through his hands and into the boundary for 4. Over comes to an end. 148 for 5. 28 needed off the final over. That Manav over going for 18 runs. Just short of the target that they needed. Not for want of trying, however. Pinkal on 21, Kamal on 17. And the questions that will be asked in the strategy sessions later is, why didn't Pinkal go up the order? Kamal in the meantime calls for the long handle. He's actually sending back the bat that has the orange rubber. If you look at any IPL or Indian cricket, you know when the orange rubber comes out, the bat with the orange grip, you know it's Dhoni calling for the long handle. So Kamal changes bats. Special bat for a special occasion. He's trying to hit 28 runs off this last over that is going to be bowled by Mehul. And I would suggest he's going to bowl it wide outside the off stump, and there's a huge gap between point and extra cover. He's just hitting it on the onside, and they're going to get 1. So maybe Kamal just wanted to hand the strike over to Pinkal. He's going to have to hit 27 runs off of 5 balls. Pulled into the onside. It's going to go close to the boundary edge, and it's going to go into the boundary for 4. So here we go. Clears that front leg and just forcing it off the back foot, lifting the left leg in the air to generate the power. There he is. Sir Pinkal Vivian Richards perched on his bat, hand on the waist, legs crossed, gum not included. He's eyeing up that leg side. Can he do it? 23 or 4. He's going to need 4 sixes. Oh, he's not going to get it. It's in the ground. He wants 2 though. Gets 1. Comes back hard at the keeper's end. And good running. Down on one leg. Whipping it into the onside. And a good ball from Mule. Doesn't want to give him flight. Just a low trajectory pushing it through. 21 needed off 3. In the air, and this one could get close to the boundary. Long on isn't giving chase, and shadowing the ball was mid-wicket, and he gets 2. So the 19 needed off of 2. Boston A would be liking their chances now. There's the flighted delivery, and what a superb piece of bowling. The off stump is out of the ground. Pinkal is walking back and outfoxed, outthought by the bowler Mihul. Excellent delivery. He was pushing them through and getting that one, flighting it in the air. Loses his off stump. Outfoxed. Couldn't time it at all. And cheered by the guys in the 10. There's that flighted delivery. Stepping down the wicket. And head in the air. Lost his off stump. So Boston A looking most likely to secure a victory here. 19 runs needed and just 1 ball to come. And this game is all but done and dusted. It was building up to be a very interesting final over after Pinkal struck a couple lusty blows off of Panau in the 19th over, but it was not enough. So Boston A, after being sent in and started good with a run rate of 10 but started to lose wickets, the run rate dropped to just over 8, and the final delivery to come in this over, and it's off the outside edge, and the man at point makes a diving, shall we say it's a diving stop. Give him credit for the save. He got his hand straight, it was in the air, and did well to get around and cover it, but not able to hold on, and just knocking it down. 3 men behind point. End of the game. Victory for Boston A. 175 proved to be enough, thanks to in large part that man Archad Patel getting 264 in this innings for the BARDOLI Blasters. Pinal Patel will start at the bottom of the order, got to 29 off of 12, and Suket 25, Suketu for 25, and Sandeep 20. Pranav Patel was going well with a strike rate of 175. He got to 28, and then he was out caught by Mayank off of Manao. So 2 wickets to Mihul. He finishes off 2 for 28. A wicket apiece to Ravi, Manau and Yogi. And that's it here from the first game on day 3 of the LPS cricket tournament here in Austin. Boston A has defeated the BARDOLI Blasters. Join us in a few minutes time, just about an hour's time or so. We'll have the second game on this Saturday Labor Day weekend here in Austin. See you then.